New York, May 2025. The spotlight of the fashion world this year once again points to the Met Gala. However, it was not just the big theme of the Garden of Titans that became the subject of conversation, but one figure who managed to silence the red carpet with her charm: Lisa BLACKPINK. In a stunning dress by the fashion house under the auspices of LVMH, Lisa's look is not just about aesthetics, it carries with it the scent of power, dominance and strategy that allegedly came from the great vision of LVMH heir Frédéric Arnault. Lisa BLACKPINK, more than just a fashion muse. In the world of entertainment and fashion, the name Lisa is not a random name. As a member of BLACKPINK, he is known globally. However, since the past few years, her transformation into a fashion power figure has completely changed the landscape of the industry. Lisa doesn't just wear fancy dress. She makes it a language, a statement, even a symbol. The 2025 Met Gala, Lisa appeared in an exclusive haute couture dress from Maison Givenchy, one of the main fashion houses under the control of LVMH. The dress dangles like a stream of liquid gold, with a detailed structure that combines elements of nature, technology, and mythology, a perfect interpretation of this year's theme. However, more than dresses, the public asks, who manages everything behind the scenes? Frédéric Arnault, strategy or romance? Presence of Frédéric Arnault, CEO of Tag Heuer and a key figure in the LVMH dynasty, adds another layer of mystery and meaning to Lisa's appearance. The two have long been rumored to have a special relationship, both personal and professional. However, this year's Met Gala seemed to be an open stage that displayed the synergy of the two powers in a real way. Frédéric, despite not appearing on the red carpet, is rumored to be behind the drafting of Lisa's appearance. Sources inside said that Frédéric was personally involved in the selection of the fashion house, the design concept, to the publicity strategy that accompanied it. It's not just a romantic endorsement, it's a high-level business strategy. Lisa's placement at the top of the Met Gala is not only a fashion victory, but also a brand victory, said a fashion analyst from Business of Fashion. LVMH through Frédéric seems to be showing how power can be expressed through a dress. LVMH and soft power through celebrities. LVMH, the giant conglomerate that houses more than 70 luxury brands, has never played games. In recent years, they have consistently harnessed the power of celebrities to solidify their market dominance, especially among Gen Z and millennials. Lisa is the perfect asset. With its global fan base, exclusive image, and overwhelming digital presence, it has become LVMH's weapon in conquering Eastern and Western markets simultaneously. 2025 Met Gala became a concrete example of how LVMH combines fashion, pop culture influence, and corporate power in one grandiose narrative. And Frédéric, as part of the new generation of the Arnault family, seems to want to carve out his personal footprint in a much more subtle and strategic way. Brand strategy by Frédéric Arnault. Frédéric was known as an ambitious and visionary figure. In recent years, he has consistently pushed LVMH to further synergize with the digital world and pop culture. Her presence at various fashion events is now not just a representation of the heiress, but an architect of LVMH's new image. Using Lisa as the face of LVMH's new powerhouse isn't just about popularity. It's about symbolic placement. Lisa is the first Asian star from the K-pop world to gain such influence in the Western fashion world. Frédéric seems to understand that in order to maintain global dominance, LVMH must appear relevant, progressive, and inclusive. The Met Gala is the best stage to show just that. A planned moment, not a coincidence. From the dress to the timing, everything seems carefully designed. Several media outlets noted that Lisa's presence on the red carpet was set during the golden window, the peak viewing time when all television cameras and global live streams focus on the main entrance. In fact, details such as the choice of color, gold, a symbol of power, material, sustainable tech fabric, a representation of the future, and Lisa's hair design, which resembles a modern queen's tiara, convey the message. Here is the new ruler of the fashion stage. And who is behind it all? All fingers point to Frédéric Arnault. The public is divided. Appreciation or manipulation? But of course, not all parties perceive this positively. Some observers have criticized LVMH and Frédéric for using Lisa as a form of visual manipulation, using a popular figure to secure the dominance of global capitalism in the fashion industry. They made Lisa an icon but also a pawn, one fashion critic wrote in an editorial. On the one hand, it's an appreciation. On the other hand, it is a cold and planned strategy. But on the other hand, fans and observers of pop culture consider this a natural evolution of the fashion industry that is now no longer standing alone but merges with the world of entertainment, digital, and global power. Lisa and Frédéric, the power couple of the future? Speculation is growing. Are Lisa and Frédéric just co-workers, or are they really a couple building an empire together? With moments hidden behind the camera, the gaze that was captured while Lisa was performing on the stage of the gala dinner, to subtle gestures that hint at intimacy, the public continues to speculate. However, if it is true, then the Met Gala 2025 is the initial milestone of what can be called as the rise of a global fashion empire couple. Frédéric and LVMH, strategy, love, or both? However, along with the compliments pouring in, the big question arises. Is this all purely a business strategy? Or is there a personal element behind Frédéric's great attention to Lisa? He's not just the face of the brand. This has already gone to the level of personal ties, says a well-known stylist who has worked with Lisa on international campaigns. Their relationship is definitely deeper than it seems. Although this speculation continues to grow, one thing is clear. Lisa and Frédéric are the perfect combination of pop culture power and economic power. Lisa, the global icon that LVMH conquered? LVMH's decision to make Lisa their central figure at this year's Met Gala is not surprising. Over the past few years, Lisa has become a global icon not only in music but also in fashion, beauty, and pop culture. She has been the ambassador of various luxury brands owned by LVMH such as Celine, Bulgari to Louis Vuitton. But the 2025 Met Gala is irrefutable proof that Lisa is now not just a muse, she is the face of the future of the fashion industry. With 103 million followers on Instagram and a huge influence in markets from Southeast Asia to Latin America, Lisa is considered an invaluable asset in LVMH's marketing strategy. Frédéric, known as an innovator and visionary young leader, is touted as the mastermind who saw Lisa's incredible potential long before the fashion public realized it. Frédéric Arnault, the brain behind the LVMH surprise? Behind the scenes, the name of Frédéric Arnault, CEO of Tag Heuer and an important member of the Arnault family, owners of the LVMH conglomerate, is rumored to have played a big role in making Lisa the main face of the 2025 Met Gala for LVMH. Although he did not speak much to the public that evening, Frédéric's presence on the red carpet, who was seen wearing a classic Dior suit with a limited edition Tag Heuer Carrera watch, reinforced speculation that he was supporting Lisa not only as a professional colleague, but also as an important figure in the luxury fashion world. Reports suggested Frédéric had orchestrated a massive campaign to ensure LVMH's dominance of this year's Met Gala, and Lisa was chosen as the spearhead of that strategy. She is the face of the future, said one fashion industry executive who asked not to be named. Frédéric knows exactly that Lisa has global appeal and is able to bridge Asian and Western markets. Cover: the dress that shook the world. Behind the majestic silhouette and gold sheen of Lisa BLACKPINK's dress at the 2025 Met Gala lies grand strategy, a love that may not be entirely unspoken, and a subtle but real power play. Frédéric Arnault, with all his influence and vision, has turned the red carpet stage into a chessboard of power. And Lisa, with her charm and strength, played the main role perfectly. Is this the beginning of a new era for LVMH? Or just a chapter in Frédéric's long strategy? One thing is certain, the world will not forget the dress. And behind them, two names, Lisa and Frédéric, who can no longer be separated from the narrative of global fashion power.